I sent you an article. Do you have any thoughts on that? Moving on to.
Well, just that the person that you mentioned in that link, I see him. He's pretty frequently on the news.
Yeah, he's on actually he's been on most of the networks in the past. Yeah, he's a Stanford professor. Let's stay away from his name.
Well, I know who he is, and he's the voice of reason.
Pretty smart guy.
And yeah, he is. He's interesting to listen to. He's unbiased. And that's the situation we're in right now. You have to have the ability to sort out who's the voice of reason here. You've got to be able to do that.
Well, you know why this guy is particularly sharp is he's a historian.
Yeah.
What's the phrase? Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah.
History repeats. And that's the fact. In fact, because of the project I've been working on, here's a little tease to my Hollywood guy side. The project I've been working on is a historical event, and my decision has been to stay as close to the actual history as possible. And as a result, in doing all this research and wandering the world with historians and into archives and finding the facts, it's uncanny how what we're going through right now is reflected in all the history. And this event, basically World War I, there's an event in World War I. It's just like parallel. It starts with disinformation. It starts with lying to the world about what's going on in your own country, and then a lot of people dying. It's like history repeats. So that's why I kind of have a bias toward historians. Of course, there are plenty of bad historians, but when they have consensus, I don't just listen to one historian. I have consulted multiple historians in my project, and this guy has a good reputation.
Oh, yeah.
And the gist of that article, what was he talking about? Do you remember the gist of the article?
Now remember, you're talking to a 75-year-old woman who can't remember what she had for breakfast 3 hours ago. So.
Fair enough.
Do you get it?
I get it. Hey.
I read it. I understood it. It was clear and all that. But don't ask me to repeat it.
All right. So next time I send you an article, I'll say, take notes. Take some notes to repeat in the phone call.
All right.
I don't remember. I think it was.
I'll pick out keywords.
There you go.
And jot them down.
If I recall, because I read it and then sent it to you.
Yeah.
It's essentially, we are in a position right now where the world is going to follow America's lead, because, and this is, fact of the matter is, intentional or not, the world just got struck by a biological weapon. The entire world just got struck by a biological weapon. And whether it was intentional or not, that's a fact. It's like a bomb going off somewhere around the world. And it doesn't matter if it was an accident or intentional, it affects us all. If it's a nuclear bomb, it could throw radiation into the atmosphere, but it could get caught by the winds and carried to other countries, innocent countries. Think of Chernobyl. That's how I heard somebody refer to this as the biological equivalent of Chernobyl, except Chernobyl is a localized event and this is a globalized event. And so the world changes when something like this happens. And the fact that we weren't notified immediately, that's worse. That's equivalent to this being done intentionally. So if the virus wasn't released intentionally, if you go ultra conspiratorial, then it was intentional. But even if it wasn't intentional, the fact that the truth about the virus was covered up is as bad as doing it intentionally, because this could have been contained. 95% of the deaths that will occur could have been prevented if the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, had not covered it up and used.
Let me interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Let me be rude and interrupt you. Because if the world is going to follow America's lead, then that begs the question, whose lead is America going to follow? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And being Christians.
Is that what you're getting at?
Well, yeah, that's the whole point.
It is.
Whose lead will America follow? You cannot serve two masters.
I don't need any more hints. I know who you're talking about.
Okay. I'm just throwing that in there.
No, and that is exactly the point. And there's this other historian that I am a fan of, and he actually has a radio show, or had a radio show that I used to listen to. But he's a writer, and he wrote a book recently about the miracle of America. And he as a historian, he notes events that are inexplicable that led to just amazing discoveries or exceptionalism. But if you know anything about history, there's never been a country anything like America. The advancements that we have technologically and socially and globally and agriculturally and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All the advancements are spurred, are generated, not all of them, but it's been the U.S. engine of innovation and ingenuity that have made the world a better and better and better place. The fact of the matter is, the poorest person in America has access to better dental care than Rockefeller did 100 years ago. It's all a matter of perspective. The world is in a better shape now than it's ever been in before because of America. And now those lines are becoming very, very clear. There are different political systems and ideologies and beliefs when devastation is imminent. So we'll move on from that topic.